thoughts, guys?
Hi. So today we have a special guest, my bestie, Jay. So we're gonna ask him a few questions to get to know a bit about him. So yeah. So the first question we'll do is, where do you attend school and what are you majoring in?
I go to Western Carolina,
Okay.
proud Catamount, live up in the Wee, and my major is engineering technology.
Okay.
Are you a first generation? If so, how has that impacted your college experience?
I am a first generation, but my mom did go to community college, but that doesn't count. So, you know.
At least she got some
At least she got a
education.
But it's kind of like, at first it was pressuring, but then she kind of like died off. So I'm like, okay. So like, I control my own like business.
Okay.
Can't relate.
Okay. Do they have any like student union? Well, not unions, but like clubs or like organizations?
There's
for first
literally
gen?
a first gen club.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in it, but like I'm not in it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what are your plans after college?
That's a good one. I can't say my old answer was to be a stripper, but
Well.
it's out of the equation now. So it's either a mechanic, accounting, or that's it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that's it.
Okay.
What is your favorite class right now and why?
I don't got a favorite.
You don't have a
None of
favorite?
my favorites are my favorites.
Do you have a least favorite?
My least favorite is my engineering class.
Aren't you an engineer?
Aren't you majoring in engineering?
It's just that class.
Well, guys,
Is it
You
the
heard it
class
here.
or the professor?
It's the class.
It's because he
Oh.
never. I just found out today, guys. He never looks on Rate My Professor. He doesn't know. He doesn't.
You
know.
and me both. You and me both.
Bye. Start looking at them professors. That's why you hate the class. It's not the class fault. It's
What's
yours.
your-
Stress management tips you have for the viewers.
Go on a walk. Literally,
He does
go on a walk. Just go on a walk. Forget everything you're doing. Walk.
But, like, you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I guess. I just have mountains and like creeks to look at and stuff.
It's just coloring.
I go on a walk here. I might actually get like picked up by a van or a
I tell her
crackhead.
that all the time. I'm like, they be kidnapping up there, so be careful.
Alrighty. So,
How has being so far from home affected you or your mental well-being?
you can all answer this one.
Okay.
But you can go first if you want.
When I first got there during the summer,
Oh, yeah.
like, cause I did like the summer program, and I got there in the summer. It was pretty chill. And then I came home, things are alright. Then I went back in the fall. Then I got stressed and had an anxiety attack. And then I ended up going to MATS, which is basically like counseling and stuff like that. And I got looked at and I got my mental health checked. And then I had anxiety and depression, so I got medicated.
Okay.
Then I got off the medication, so now I'm like thriving there. I low-key got distracted from where I was going.
How's being so far from home affected your mental well-being? Or
Let's just say it opened up my eyes to my mental health to get it checked and get it understood. There we go. That's short and simple.
Well, it's not like we're too far from home, but
We're
still,
not
we're
too
away.
far from home. Actually, sometimes I wish I would have gone
Farther?
farther.
I did that part.
Me too.
She went an hour, 45 minutes, like 15 to 30.
She's
I don't
like
really-
25 minutes away.
in the middle.
Yeah.
I went a whopping 4 hours away from home, so.
I always thought I was going to be a Catamount, guys. I don't know if you know.
She was really committed at
I
one
was
time.
really committed. I thought I was going to be a Catamount. And then.
Remember when we went to that spring blitz?
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Don't even talk to me. I'm going to cry.
I guess I've always wanted to be away from home. Like, I always wanted a break. I wanted to be independent. So it's like, it really hasn't affected my mental well-being because I'm not that far away from home if I want to go home. And I can just call my parents to pick me up because I don't have a car.
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess it's just there. But I would say if you can go farther than an hour and you're mentally okay, do it.
I also agree. Even though I go home a lot, I'm currently at home right now. Insert clip. I didn't take the clip of me at home, but I'm editing the podcast. I'm editing the podcast right now at home.
Yeah.
But part of me wishes I would have gone farther, just so I could know what it's like to have that full college experience and not being able to go home. But since I'm in such close proximity to my house, I do go home a lot.
But I feel like you have a car, you would go home no matter what.
Not if I was 4 hours away. Not
Not like you do now, but at least once a month.
Oh yeah, I'd go home once a month. And I think that's normal, but like, I don't know. Now being far from home, it affected me really bad in the beginning, like mentally. Like I couldn't do it. I was like, I'll tell everybody at the end of the last semester, I went home early. And I'm not trying to do that again this year, but it is kind of happening. So, not because my mental health is being affected, just because, I don't know, I like being at home. But also, I think I've spent more time on campus this semester, and I do come back to campus more than I did last semester. If I went home last semester, I wasn't coming back. But this semester, I'll go home, I'll come back. You know what I mean? So it's not like, it is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that COVID personally affected our college experience? Because I do. And I'll tell you why. For one, when we came in, they didn't ask for ACT scores or SAT scores.
Thank the Lord, because I have test anxiety.
Oh, bye.
So I would have been in the streets doing something because of my test anxiety. Oh, babe,
So saying that, they didn't ask for our SAT or ACT scores. But also, I think that the way that we operate, because I told both of them that I was going through Schedule Hero is basically what we make our class schedule on. And I was fighting for my life to get an in-person class. There were no in-person classes for the levels that I need to be at, and all of them were online. And though online classes are okay, I do think that I saw the switch from heavily in person to heavily online during COVID. So yeah, what do you guys think? What do you think, Jody?
I think we kind of talked about it in the last episode where COVID, you know, let's just say high school, I failed one of my classes that you were supposed to...
I'm sorry.
Let's not even say one of my classes. One of my honors classes. Let's put it at that. And I failed it, had to retake it, and that's when I realized online is not for me. I don't know if it was because we were forced to be online or the way we were still trying to figure out online, but I feel like what's the point of having on-campus university or housing on campus when all of these classes are going to be online? Like, I'm literally going to sit in my dorm room and be depressed because all of my classes are online.
Did you have problems finding in-person classes this semester?
Bio is the only one that's online. They don't have an in-person bio for this semester, and then registering for next semester, I have to take college algebra online because the in-person class
8 a.m.
is at 8 a.m. and it only takes 35 students.
Yep. And I can tell you where it is, who the professor is.
So we're taking it online, and then my minor,
It's really only online.
It's online.
Back in high school, COVID really messed me up. That's when I that's when I took a long walk off a short pier. Yeah, I sunk. I drowned. GPA went down.
Me too. My GPA didn't change for a whole year.
I think that COVID actually messed all of us up because I'm telling you, it's not that I'm not an academic weapon now because I'm still an academic weapon. I'm not going to fail.
Mm-hmm.
But before COVID, and I'm going to touch your hand when I say this,
Oh.
I was an absolute academic weapon.
She was.
You would not catch Kayla missing assignment nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I got the assignment, it was done. It was done in the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It was done. Now it's due Wednesday. I'm gonna do it on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So, Which I'm trying to get myself out of that because I was like, how did I go from top tier to now I'm like, okay, I'm getting it done, but like.
I was actually different. Like,
You do work diligently now, like, and thorough.
I think it's because all of my classes I actually care about. Like, even my math courses that have nothing to do with my major or my minor. Like, I just, like, my advocacy writing course, Professor Jordan, we love her. I don't know, I guess it's the topics that we talk about where, like, I can actually choose something that I want to talk about and that I'm passionate about. So it makes it easier for me to do the assignment rather than having an assignment there talking about George Washington. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna make me write a paper on Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Was I born there? Does that affect me?
It's not nothing to do with it.
Exactly. So it's like.
Actually, I'm not gonna do that.
Don't even do that.
You guys know I could put the hurt in.
Don't even do that.
The next question is, what are some common misconceptions about college? One of y'all want to start?
Let Jay start.
Okay, Jay. Common misconceptions. How it's not like High School Musical. Well, we're not in high school, but.
It's not all party as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Like, you remember when, like, Jameer and them left me?
Mm-hmm.
And then they were, like, talking about all the parties at A&T and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I got to Coley. There's parties, but it's not, like, party.
Mm-hmm.
I have yet to go to a party on campus. And I probably never will, just because of the people that are there. So that's one of the things that, like, I think that, like, gets hyped up about that really isn't nothing.
Johnny?
Damn. I would say the party life, but then again, there's no parties on campus.
You don't have no parties on campus at all?
We have parties on campus, but like they're not on campus. Does that make sense? Our campus is so big that if they have a party over there at like Lexington, we don't consider that on campus, and that's somebody's apartment. So
it's also like you have to like
have a wristband.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Or you have to know somebody to like let you
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
You gotta show your ID.
Yeah, they have the parties literally at apartments, and some of them like are literally invite only. So yeah.
And I don't know. It's nothing. I guess when your like high school teacher says, "Oh, college is like nothing like." Not like that, but like, oh, if you did this in college, they wouldn't accept it, or some of that. Some of that is BS.
Yeah.
You know? Because some of your professors do hear you out. Now, there are some that do not care.
No, they don't.
But there is, I would say, more that do care and want to hear what's going on than the ones that don't. What do you gotta say, Caleb?
I agree with you guys about like the partying. There aren't a lot of people like drinking. Like it's not like, ooh, we're gonna get drunk every weekend. No, you're not gonna get drunk every weekend. But another thing is that college aesthetic. You know, like the fancy notes and the 4.0 GPA and all that stuff. That stuff isn't going to exist unless you make it happen. You're not just gonna magically go to college and be aesthetic and have this nice handwriting and get a 4.0 GPA if you're not putting in the work. It's nice to see all that stuff in the movie. But to actually put pressure on yourself and make all of that stuff happen, it's not going to happen unless you want it to. So I'm not saying that it's not something that you can do, but it's not as easy as like coming in, taking an exam, and passing. And also, I think this might be brought up in a later question, but cramming here, like in college, as somebody who's tried to do it, I don't find it plausible. I don't find it like, I don't see how people cram and get everything done. You know what I mean? Like, they know all their information by the exam time.
Yeah.
Like, I I don't get it. That's just not something that you should do. That's not something that you'll be able to keep up with.
Yeah. I also feel like, I don't know, my mindset is just study now and party later.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm literally going to graduate 22, 21 years old. So it's like, I have the rest of my 20s to have a stable job and throw a party or go out if I want to, you know?
Yeah.
So, have you ever been a part of or formed a study group? If so, how is it different from independent study? I've never, I guess it's not really a study group. Like if we have like the social work group project or one of my English group projects, we have came together to like figure stuff out, but that's not really studying.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know the big difference between a group study session, because I just always do stuff on my own. So I really can't say much.
Jay?
I don't have anything to study. Like, no, for calculus, it's just notes, and for tests, you get a note card.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you can just write the equations that you need on that note card, and that's like what you use to study. And then for physics, he just gives you a sheet with the equations on it, and you just like, he lets you mark out 2 of them. He gives you 7, you only have to answer 5, which I like, and you just like solve them. And then for my engineering class, it's just been notes, and then a quiz on those notes. That's why I hate that class, because it's like nothing engineering at all.
So you haven't been taking your notes to
No.
pass that exam?
I've been taking the notes to
okay.
pass them.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
Don't look at me like that.
But like, it's just not enough engineering for me to be active in that class. That's why I'm not going to class. Like if it was hands-on engineering, oh yeah, I'd be there every day. But it's not.
So you hate like lecture hall classes?
Basically.
I love lecture classes.
Nah, I gotta have my hands on something.
I love when people just sit and talk at me for an hour.
I don't attain
Especially
anything.
when they have a little PowerPoint.
Yeah, you're good. A little drunk professor from let's not
Bye.
get into it, because he actually might be watching the podcast.
But he was cool.
I seen him the other day. I turned around and started going the long way to class.
Bye.
I was terrified. He was cool people though, you know?
I've only been a part of one study group.
And how did that go?
I didn't like it.
Oh.
Because I don't like studying with people. And it's also like, because we all have our different study methods. So like, a lot of theirs was like read and recall. So you like read it and you're trying to recall from study, like from the, what do you call it, index cards? Which I do, but I like to do that by myself. But
that method doesn't work for me.
I just don't like. I like to do more of a matching type situation when I do something. So I put all my definitions and all of my terms, and then shuffle and then match. So that helps me, because if you're just doing flashcards, if you put them in order, then eventually you're not going to be learning the whatever. You're going to be learning the order, which is how I actually learn the capitals of all the states. Now I only know it if you put them in alphabetical order, but I could do
What exam style do your professors normally use? Are the exams cumulative or is it unit based? Should I go first?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. For physics, it's not cumulative, it's by unit. The first one was 1 through 4, I think. And then the next one was 4 through 7. For math, it's also unit based. And then for engineering, it's just been quizzes on the notes, not even an exam. So, yeah.
I would say I've only had that professor from last semester.
Bye.
Alcoholic professor. That was the only one that was. We literally had 2 exams, and it wasn't even unit based.
It was cumulative?
Yeah. And then everything else been unit based. So, especially in bio. Bio's unit based.
It kind of has to be, and that's a lot. Could you
I'm passing
imagine a
it,
cumulative
Okay, with my test anxiety, can
Sorry.
Stop. This is why me and Kayla don't study together. Because instead of helping me, she would just give me anxiety.
Most of mine have been on a unit basis. The only cumulative tests I've ever had were from last semester, for my Greek and Roman Civ classes. But other than that, actually, I don't really have any exams.
Those nights before those exams, we used to be in the library until 1 a.m.
Oh yeah, definitely crying myself to sleep that night. And then he'd always push the exam back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know why I kept studying.
Mm-hmm. I remember those days.
But I like unit tests. Cumulative tests are okay. When I was visiting my high school earlier, one of my older teachers made the comment, like, if professors aren't giving cumulative tests, then why are students still being judged based off of, like, how they perform in the MCAT or their GREs? And that is a good question, which I don't have the answer to. If there are any professionals out there who know, or who'd like to, give it a try, give it a go with that question, then, I'd like to hear some feedback. I think that'd be a good question to ask one of the professors here, or maybe even the chancellor. So, how can students stay motivated and focused throughout the semester, especially when exams are approaching? Now, the only thing I know to say is thug it out.
I knew you were going to say that.
I literally don't know anything else. What I tell myself when I feel my motivation starting to dwindle, I say, look, you've made it this far and you only have, sometimes a month is too long for people, but if they put it in a matter of weeks, if you say I only have 4 weeks left, then okay, you only have 4 weeks left. Look, you've come from 12 weeks and you only have 4 left. You can do it. Like, you can do it. Just, you've gone through 12, 4 left, you're fine.
Okay. I get my motivation basically just by going outside and going on a walk. Like, no, let me.
I wasn't saying nothing.
Okay, but you look at me, so let me give you the visual.
You
okay?
get that same judge look too.
Okay,
I thought I was the only one.
Say, I got this exam, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in there studying. I'm like, oh my God, can't do this anymore.
Didn't you just say you didn't study?
I said, say I am, okay? You're not listening.
I'm gonna say you are. I'm gonna say you're studying.
Say I'm studying, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm.
I didn't say anything.
But you did something with your notes.
I didn't mean to. I was just itching. I can't even breathe now. Ooh, test.
Kayla!
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna cry myself to sleep because of you tonight. You gonna be the demon I'm fighting in my sleep.
No, never.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it again.
Bye.
Hypothetically, in my room studying for an exam.
Okay. Hypothetically, you're studying.
Okay.
Right.
I get stressed from studying, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I stop everything, go outside, go on a walk, see nature, see the campus. It motivates me to stay there because I'm like, I don't want to go back home because I don't want to be with my mom.
I see that.
And then I don't want to be fussed at by my mom. Like, why couldn't you keep your grades up? Why couldn't you stay there and stuff?
Oh my God.
Yeah, like.
Are you bullying yourself to stay motivated?
It's okay, me too.
Kind of. But I don't view it that way. I view it as, okay, this is pretty. Don't mess up pretty. Stay here. Stay on top of your stuff.
Okay, I get that.
If you can't get an A, at least pass the class.
Okay. Johnny?
There's no plan B. Like, this is the only plan. I don't believe in a plan B. So, it's either this or
She
nothing.
said she didn't believe in a plan.
Is that your motivation?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's no plan B.
Okay.
Like if this doesn't
So it's
work
either
out-
this or the streets.
No, it's either this or nothing.
I feel you.
How do college exams vary across different fields of study, and are they specific strategies that work best for each discipline?
There you go. So we're all majoring in different things, so that's good. So we can we basically talked about.
I feel like every not only field that you're studying or majoring in, but I feel like every college class exam is different.
Right.
Like none of them are the same. Like they might be unit based, but nothing's just like every professor teach differently. Every class is going to be different. So I know something that works for bio for me is not going to work for social work. So it all depends on the course and the strategies that you come up with while trying to figure out what works for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I agree with everything that Johnny just said. I think that most of us have multiple choice exams. Could we say that? Or you're solving equations, so that's just.
Yeah, I just solve equations basically.
So they're basically multiple choice or an equation that you're gonna plug in, but we didn't really talk about open-ended questions, and I think that the best way to study for open-ended questions would probably be, I know most classes have guided questions that they ask throughout the unit. If you just follow along with those guided questions, or if you make your own questions based off of things that your professor, topics that your professors really harp on, then that'll be the best way to answer an open-ended question. Now, a lot of people like multiple choice. Me personally, I like a mix of both because open-ended questions allow me to explain my perspective on the topic and see if I'm getting it right. Multiple choice it's straightforward. It's pretty easy. What do you think?
I agree with what both y'all said, to be honest. I don't have anything to add. What are some strategies for improving focus and concentration during study sessions and exams? To be honest, I can't focus if I don't got my music.
Okay.
If I don't got my music and my head not clear, I can't study.
So what do you do to keep the concentration during exams since you can't have music?
I play my music.
Or can you have music?
I sneak for physics. I play my music. For calculus, I'm not allowed to play music. But for the quizzes that I did in engineering, I play music too.
Okay.
So yeah.
Johnny?
So for studying, I either play a podcast in the background, a TV show, or I'm on the phone with somebody. Just because if I don't have noise in the background, because I come from a loud family, I think the world's about to end. So, if it's not loud, there's a problem. Not too loud, but something's going on. And then for exams, all of my exams have been online, except for last semester when I had those essay exams for an English class I took. But he let us play music, so I was actually listening to my podcast, even though I couldn't watch it on YouTube, but I was still listening to it. So, yeah, that's what works for me. But also sometimes, if you're, what Jay said, if your head's not clear, nothing's, going to actually be good or work. So, gotta keep that in mind.
I agree. Normally when I'm trying to study or do something important, I can't have any music. Well, not music, but any background noise, people talking. I don't like it because it kind of throws me off. So I use my AirPods a lot. I have the Pros because the noise cancellation is really good on them. if I'm taking an exam or if I'm just writing notes or something, I normally have a show playing in the background just to keep some noise going, so I don't just, because if I'm writing and I don't have anything going on in the background, I'll drift off into thought and I'll start writing down whatever I'm thinking about. So to keep that from happening, I normally play a show, and right now it's the Steve Harvey Show.
She's addicted, I'm telling you.
Oh, it's a good show.
You've been watching that for the last past 2 weeks.
Guys, I don't even watch shows.
She don't.
I don't even watch shows. I couldn't even watch Euphoria. I couldn't even finish season 1.
Oh, that's good, because I didn't finish season 1
I know you didn't. We just stopped talking about it.
Oh,
Couldn't even finish season 1 on the last episode.
I finished both seasons. It was good.
All right. So the quote of the day. The quote of the day is, "The heaviest things in life are not silver and gold. They're unmade decisions. You're stressed because you have decisions to make and you're not making them." And I think that quote pretty much speaks for itself. In life, it's hard to make decisions. It's stressful to make decisions. But normally, once you make the decision, you just feel the stress. It's like cooling water, for real.
I don't know. I just feel like the older you get, the more stress you're going to have because of the unmade decisions that you are going to have to finally make.
Yeah. And in life, like when you do get older, you might be stressed because of unmade decisions you still had from like when you were in high school. Let it go. And if you can't let it go, try and resolve it. And now the song of the day. Mine is Banana Boat by Harry Belafonte. I've been singing it all day, y'all. I love that song. Work all night and a drink a run.
So, I really haven't been listening to music this week, which is probably why my week has been ass.
Oh.
Legitimately ass.
Oh.
But, my last song that I listened to was Where She Goes by Bad Bunny. So,
I think I know that one.
I don't even know where, when, why, but I don't remember listening to music, so, since like last week, so. Yeah.
Well, mine is Get It Sexy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sexy Red?
Mhm.
We love Sexy Red.
Still can't get over that. She thought I said skinny sexy. Like.
Well,
Well,
on that
guys.
note, wait. Thank you, Jay, for coming on.
Oh, you're welcome.
And, you know, driving.
I wrote her.
Yeah, well,
Well,
you
you
drove
have
back
to tell him
home
that.
to then, you know.
He didn't drive back home.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, there was gas wasted, you know.
Yeah.
Money wasted.
So much money.
It's okay. Thanks for coming on. If you ever want to come on again, you are more than welcome to.
Yeah, we
Kayla
love
just
you.
hasn't hit me up.
Babe, you're 4 hours away. Like,
Girl, I might have my car.
what are you talking about?
We'll
I'm
figure
taking my
something
car
out.
next semester.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll come see you.
That you need to. Wait,
On that note, thanks. This is the end of Deep College Thoughts, episode 8. Come back to see all the fun, laughter, tears, different emotions.
Put your mama on.
Put your mama on.
Oh, Edwin said he wanted to shout out. Shout out, Edwin. I love you. My bestie.
And until next time.
Bye, guys.